Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So in my previous video, I had discussed with all the negative feedback amplifier circuits. Around 5 videos are done. That completes the first part of this module. The second part of this module is basically related to filters, right? Active filters. So that only I'm going to be discussing in this video. That is, what do you mean by active filters? And with respect to the frequency responses, we are having five categories of filters which you need to be knowing under standard format. Okay, each one of them I will be explaining in detail in this video. Okay, and in the upcoming videos, we are going to be discussing with some of the important first order filters and second order filters. Okay, so totally like this, around 3 videos or 4 videos I would be covering in this chapter related to filter circuits. Okay, along with some of the example problems also, I would be discussing all of them with respect to the final exam point of view. So I have already provided the passing package, so you watch that passing package, and whatever based on that explanations I provide in this video, the formulas you note it down and try to solve those problems whichever I've mentioned in that passing package. Okay, so before moving further, please like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Okay, also watch all of our previous videos. So yeah, now let's get started with the concept of active filters. A filter is a circuit which is capable of passing certain frequencies while attenuating the other frequencies. Okay, the main job of the filter is to pass certain band of frequencies or a certain range of frequencies in a particular simultaneous order, so that the signal would be able to be overcoming all the core capabilities with respect to the input parameters and output parameters. Okay, so that's the basic definition of a filter. Thus, a filter can extract desired frequency signal and reject the undesired frequencies. Okay, so the filter job is to be able to send only the frequency which is required. Okay, the unwanted frequencies is not passed through these filters. Okay, active filter is a type of filter which consists of active elements like transistor, vacuum tubes, op amps, etc. Okay, so that's why the name itself is called as the active filters. Okay, so these filters consists of all the active elements instead of passive elements. Okay, so that's why the name itself suggests that they are the active filters. Okay, yeah, along with passive elements like resistors and capacitors. So the basic passive elements which are contained in these active filters are resistors and capacitors. So we know that these are the passive elements, right? But in order to be passing the signals, we require some certain frequency range, right? For that, we require the presence of resistors and capacitors, because we know that frequency is equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of LC or 1 by 2 pi RC, right? If you want to represent in terms of resistors and capacitors, it is 1 divided by 2 pi RC. So that's why we require resistors and capacitors in order to represent these active filters. So based on the category of active filters, this can be described into five types based on their frequency responses. Okay, so the frequency response is a graph of voltage gain versus frequency. Okay, so this is the basic frequency response with respect to the voltage gain and frequency these are getting conducted, and with respect to that we are having five important kinds of filters. Okay, one by one we'll discuss each of them. So the first kind is low pass filter, then we are having high pass filter, then it is band pass filter, band stop filter, and all pass filter. Okay, so these are the five filters which we are using. So first category is related to low pass filter. Okay, in low pass filter we are checking the ideal low pass response, which is necessary in order to be checking for the frequency response between the voltage gain and frequency. Here we are having two categories you see here. One is the pass band and another one is stop band. So pass band and stop band are basic categories which would be determining the frequencies, that what category of frequency is sent through one signal and another signal. Okay, so that's why in between we are having this component called as FC, right? That FC is the cutoff frequency, or if you want to be representing it in decibels, you could be calling it as a 3 dB cutoff frequency. Okay, so that's why with respect to pass band and stop band, the low pass filters are represented. Now what do you mean by low pass filter? So let us see the definition here. A low pass filter passes all the frequencies from 0 to the cutoff frequency and blocks all frequencies above the cutoff frequency. Okay, so that's why we are having pass band and stop band. It passes all the frequencies from 0 to the cutoff frequency. Okay, it passes all the low frequency components and blocks all the high frequency components. Okay, this is the basic definition. So with the low pass filter, the frequencies between 0 and cutoff frequency are called as pass band frequencies. Okay, and then the frequency above the cutoff frequency, which is greater than the cutoff frequency, they are called as stop band. Okay, The roll off region between the pass band and stop band is called as transition. And for an ideal low pass filter, it would be having a zero attenuation or the signal loss in the pass band region and infinite attenuation or signal loss in the stop band region. Okay, so this is the basically a low pass filter. You could be simply calling it as low pass filter allows all the low frequency components, and with respect to the cutoff frequency, when it reaches the cutoff frequency, it would be blocking all the high frequency components. Okay, low pass filter. Next is high pass filter. Okay, it is just the opposite of the low pass filter. In pass band and stop band, you see the difference. Okay, so this below figure shows the ideal frequency response of a high pass filter. In a high pass filter, it blocks all the frequencies from 0 up to the cutoff frequency and passes all the frequency above the cutoff frequency. Okay, from 0 up to cutoff frequency, all the signals are blocked, and above that, all the signals are getting passed. Okay, so with the high pass filter, the frequencies between 0 and cutoff frequency are the stop band. Okay, so this is the stop band's region. Okay, and the frequencies above the cutoff frequency are the pass band region. Okay, so this is the pass band region. Now, for an ideal high pass filter, it has the infinite attenuation at the stop band region, and it would be having the zero attenuation at the pass band region at a vertical transition. Okay, so this is the basic definition with respect to frequencies. It allows all the high frequency components and blocks all the low frequency components. Okay, so this is the ideal response of a high pass filter. Now one more kind of filter is band pass filter. Okay, so what do you mean by this? Now let us see. Okay, so the below figure 21.3 shows the ideal band pass response of the a band pass filter. You see here we are having two sets of frequencies. Band pass means in between that frequency only the frequency is getting passed. Before that and after that, all the frequencies are blocked. Okay, so that's why it is called as a ideal band pass frequency. Okay, and the region where the frequency is getting passed between f1 and f2, that is called as bandwidth. Okay, yeah, so that let us see now here. It shows the ideal frequency response of a band pass filter. A brick wall response like this blocks all the frequencies from 0 up to the lower cutoff frequency. Here we are having two frequencies. One is the lower cutoff frequency, that is in this graph it is f1, and another one is the higher cutoff frequency. In this graph it is f2. Okay, yeah, then it passes all the frequencies between the lower and upper cutoff frequency as I have shown you, and finally it blocks all the frequencies above the upper cutoff frequency. Okay, so this is the basic idea of a band pass filter. With a band pass filter, the pass band is all the frequencies between the lower and upper cutoff frequencies. We have seen it, right? The frequencies below and lower cutoff frequency and above the upper cutoff frequency are the stop band. An ideal band pass filter has zero attenuation in the pass band and infinite attenuation in the stop band, and there are two vertical transitions. Okay, in these two filters we were having only one single vertical transition, right? But here we are having two vertical transitions, that is one from 0 to uh, pass band, and then again it comes to stop band. Okay, so that's why we are having two of the transitions taking from uh, low to high and high to low. Okay, yeah, so the bandwidth of a bandpass filter is the difference between upper and lower 3 dB cutoff frequencies. That is, bandwidth is simply defined as f2 minus f1. Okay, and the center frequency is symbolized by f0, and it is given by the geometric average of the two cutoff frequency. Okay, with respect to bandpass filters, we are having one frequency which is very important, that is called as the central cutoff frequency. Okay, it is basically the geometric mean between the two cutoff frequencies, that is defined as f0 is equal to square root of f1 f2. Okay, so the Q of a bandpass filter, or the quality factor of a bandpass filter, is defined as the central frequency divided by the bandwidth. Okay, so this is the formula you need to be remembering under bandpass filters, that is Q. The value of Q is the central frequency divided by the bandwidth. And this is the ideal band pass response we have discussed for a band pass filter. So if with respect to the value of Q, we are having again different categories of band pass filter. That is, if Q is less than 1, then the band pass filter is called as a wide band filter, and if Q is greater than 1, then that filter is called as a narrow band filter. Okay, yeah, so this is one more kind. Now we are having the one more kind of filter, that is called as band stop filter. Here, what do you mean by band stop filter? It is just opposite to the band pass. You see here, initially from 0 to the lower cutoff frequencies, all the signals are passed. But when it reaches the lower cutoff frequency up to the next higher cutoff frequency, all the frequency signals are blocked here. Okay, after that it is again passed. Okay, so this is the basic idea of a band stop filter. Okay, yeah. So you see here, this below figure shows the ideal frequency response of a bandstop filter. This type of filter passes all the frequencies from 0 up to the lower cutoff frequency, and then it blocks all the frequencies between the lower and upper cutoff frequencies. Finally, it passes all the frequencies above the upper cutoff frequency. Okay. So with the bandstop filter, the stop band is all the frequencies between lower and upper cutoff frequency. Okay. So between lower and upper cutoff frequency, this region is the stop band region, and here again we are having the two vertical transition. Okay, so these are the two vertical transitions taking place. So the definitions for bandwidth, narrow band and center frequency are the same. Okay, there is no change in the bandwidth, narrow band and all. Here this region where we are having seeing the transition, that region is called as bandwidth region, and again for this definition remains the same, that is bandwidth. Also in this case it is f2 minus f1. Okay, so hope this is clear with respect to band stop filter. Now one more kind of filter is all pass filter. This is very easy, guys. Here any kinds of frequency, everything is passed. Okay, so that's why in this ideal response all the frequencies are passed simultaneously. Okay, without changing its amplitude would be remaining constant. It would be moving like this in a straight line. Okay, so that's why it is called as a all pass filter. So this below figure shows the frequency response of an ideal all pass filter. It has pass band, it has no pass band. Sorry, it has a pass band and no stop band. Okay, stop band means the blocking of signals. Here we are having only one pass band where all the signals are getting passed simultaneously. Okay, because of this it passes all frequencies between 0 and infinite frequency. It may be seen rather unusual to call it as a filter since it has zero attenuation, right? Because filters would be having some attenuation, but in this case we are not having any attenuation factor because we are not having any transition taking place. Okay, there is no transition in this case. Yeah, so this is all about all pass filter, and like this the active filters are categorized into five kinds, and all of them we have discussed in this video. Okay, so hope you understood this, guys. Please watch this till the end. In the next video we would be seeing with the some important first order filters. Okay.